Hello folks, and welcome back to Beyond the Shell, your new favorite Ninja Turtle series on YouTube.
Yeah, it's really the best, guys, so like and subscribe.
Again with that?
Dude, it's gonna be our thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not our thing.
Subscribe.
Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you over there for a second?
Buddy, I swear to God, if you ruin this for me, I will murder you.
So today on Beyond the Shell, we're going to be talking about some canceled or unreleased Ninja Turtles action figures. The first figure I'm going to talk about is from the 1994 subline Warriors of the Forgotten Sewer. It's almost this nice amalgamation between the Turtles and a fantasy realm, almost like D&D and Turtles.
Or Conan.
Or Conan, yes. Well, we do get a Savage Leo that looks like Conan. We get a Dwarf Donatello. We even get Warrior Bebop and Gatekeeper Rocksteady, which I have.
And two of the best variants for our favorite duo, guys.
Definitely. Here we have a closer look at Warrior Bebop and Gatekeeper Rocksteady. These are some of the more expensive figures in the line. Really cool designs. These are some really great figures. Perfect for this kind of little crossover. Such a cool subline.
We just needed more out of it, guys.
Yeah, I'm so pissed that they didn't continue it because they had a few more figures planned. And I'm going to talk about specifically Spellcaster Splinter. So, the Spellcaster Splinter figure is again a classy Splinter with a wizard wardrobe, a wizard cloak, and a pointy wizard hat with a nice little star, a wizard staff, and even a nice long beard. He looks very stoic, very mystical, and his sculpt and proportions kind of remind me of a little something we talked about last video, which is A.C. Farley's cover of Shell Shock. Again, that Splinter is given off Spellcaster Splinter vibes. I'm sure that there was some influence on the sculptor with this image right here. Jump ahead a year later to 1995 with the Metal Mutants line of figures. These figures were based off of the Ninja Turtles anime, which was a really cool, interesting little niche sub-series of the original Ninja Turtles line. It's the very few episodes they released were really interesting, really cool.
Punk frogs appeared in them, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Gotta love the punk frogs.
We ended up getting Metal Mutants of the 4 Turtles and Shredder, but planned to be released were Bebop and Rocksteady. As you can see here, I have the Shredder figure, and these were figures that, again, were playing off of the anime style, the anime proportions, but they also had these insanely cool chrome animalistic armor that would almost transform into that animal. These are harder figures to get, especially with all of their pieces here. This Shredder happens to be complete. I have a Mikey somewhere that's just the Mikey that sits inside the armor, but these figures are really cool. And if we take a look at the Bebop and Rocksteady, they're even cooler than the Turtles, honestly, and almost as cool as the Shredder.
It's a damn shame they never got released.
So if we take a look at the Bebop and Rocksteady figures, we get them in that cool anime style with green and red chrome armor. Rocksteady seems to transform into a dragon, which is so cool. And then Bebop almost has this fish ship vibe going on. It's kind of weird, but also amazing. Yeah, the Dragon Rocksteady would probably be one of my favorite figures of the line if it actually came out. And almost this Metal Mutant Bebop is kind of giving a early on Mirage Shredder vibe with that
Yeah,
armor.
same with me. Like, I got that.
And then the last unproduced figure that I'm going to talk about is the Jim Lee Leonardo figure. In 1995, we finally got the crossover figures with Savage Dragon, where we get Jim Lee's updated designs that have that 90s edge added onto the Turtles. Released, we got Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello. I actually even have Donatello and Raphael here. They're really beefy. Again, have that 90s edge of the Jim Lee art, but they didn't make the leader of the team Leonardo. Like, what's going on there? He was planned, the sculpt was released and shown out at toy fairs and conventions, but he was never released, which is just a shame. Again, we get Savage Dragon figures in this line. Playmates was doing Savage Dragon at the time, so it was a perfect kind of segue for them to do these figures. And these are such great figures, something that are different, but also kind of fit into the whole zeitgeist. Such great figures, I really wish they did more.
If I'm not mistaken, I do think there was a prototype that did sell on eBay like not too long ago.
As wacky as the designs already are for this Jim Lee crossover, the Leo design seems to be even wackier. It's spitting 90s edge out of every orifice, and he almost looks like Thor in a red costume. Very interesting pick for the blue Ninja Turtle. He's almost got a silver winged helmet. He almost has a knight slash superhero spandex look going on. It's a really cool figure, and I wish it was released.
Yeah.
If you own this figure, tell me your address and the last 4 digits to your social security. All right, buddy, take it away.
So let's take a look at a couple of vehicles and a canceled line that is just a damn shame that it didn't get produced.
I would say all of these are just a damn shame that they didn't get produced, because there's already so many great things in the Playmates line, but some of them are duds. So it sucks that we got some of those duds instead of some of these home run unproduced toys.
So the first vehicle we're going to talk about, guys, is the Turtle Tenderizer. Now with this one, it does kind of have a pretty interesting kind of cult reputation, seeing how we have such classics as the Foot Cruiser and, of course, the Party Wagon.
I always love getting villain vehicles.
And that's why the original toy line kicked so much ass. We had so many awesome vehicles for the villains. So we did get this Turtle 4x4 here.
The shell top.
Shell top. A similar vehicle was planned for the bad guys, known as the Turtle Tenderizer. Very similar in features to our shell top right here, but just more themed after the bad guys. And the kind of funny thing was, this vehicle would kind of have a second life in a lot of video games. Starring in TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project, and also being a boss battle in the recent Shredder's Revenge game. I think this vehicle kind of has a pretty fun little cult following to it, which kind of just adds to the fun of the vehicle.
Yeah, if we look at the original drawing of the vehicle itself, it looks like the same base and wheels as the shell top, but the cab is less of a buggy cab and more of like a Chrysler, like the Foot
Yeah,
Cruiser
exactly. Hopefully someday we can get somebody to do a repo or like a custom
like an
of
art
the
toy of it or something.
yeah. So for our next vehicle, guys, we're going to be talking about a canceled movie vehicle of all things, which is pretty awesome. And this was initially planned to be the Turtles Subway Hideout from Seeker of the Ooze. The movie figures released alongside Seeker of the Ooze are still some of the best Turtle figures.
Movie star subline is so amazing.
One of the best of all time, and again, figures
They captured those Jim Henson suits
exactly
so well.
Super Shredder, even though it wasn't to scale, was one of the funnest figures of the line, along with Toka and Brazar, dude. With the Subway Hideout, it was probably going to be similar to the Party Wagon, just kind of like dynamics of just like a square
A
vehicle.
box on wheels.
I thought it would have been really fun, but again, it does kind of live on in a strange way, as you can take a look at the concept art here, and it really does kind of remind one of the eventual Shellraiser from the 2012 line.
Like, especially like you said, we've seen the concept art, that it's almost like a playset vehicle. It's something that I feel like we really missed out on. That movie star line is so great.
So guys, I saved the best for last. Now, we'll get into this in the eventual crossover episode. I'm kind of amazed that there hasn't been a crossover between Star Wars and Star Trek, seeing how they're both owned by Paramount at the end of the day, but we'll just wait and see. But what we're here to talk about is a conceptual line which would have blown collectors' shoes off. And this would be a proposed TMNT Star Wars collaboration. These concept arts by Michael Dooney, legendary Turtles artists, are just amazing. Some of the best pieces of conceptual art by probably my personal favorite TMNT artist of all time. At the end of the day, these figures were insane, having Leo as Luke Skywalker and a very funny Raphael as R2-D2, and Mikey, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, Shredder, and Leia, April. This was a home run, guys. The big caveat was they go to Lucasfilm and they said they were not interested.
We're too busy working on the prequels right now. We can't do the greatest toy crossover of all time.
They're my OCs, damn it, and I'll do what I want with them. So seeing how Playmates was kind of also producing Star Trek, the biggest rival of Star Wars, I can kind of understand why Lucasfilm didn't give the license to Playmates. Ironically, following this, we'd get the TMNT Star Trek crossover for the first time.
Which we get multiple generations of. We see multiple different
Again,
lines.
we just need more of those figures. I'm not the biggest Star Trek guy, but those just figures are so awesome.
Me either, but I want the Leo Kirk and I want the Donnie Spock. I feel like
Well,
they're great
we
figures.
did get the Donnie Spock in the recent Mutant Mayhem line, and again,
Which I do have, but I'm talking the OG.
oh
line.
my god, yeah. They're owned by the same corporation. Guys, money on the table here.
That's why, again, I'm hoping for more Power Rangers, Ninja Turtle stuff, because Playmates now owns both of
Oh
those.
yeah. So,
We'll see. So, that pretty much wraps it up for our little talk about canceled/unreleased toys. Thank you for watching episode 2 of Beyond the Shell. There are plenty of more unreleased toys that we're going to get to eventually.
yeah, we were talking the 2012 line. That is a can of worms that we are going to be getting into sooner rather
We're going
than
to
later.
crack that bad boy wide open.
So guys, if you could, give us a nice like and some scrimble.
Buddy, can I talk to you over there? Come on.
Yep, yeah, sure, Drake.
Buddy, I swear to God.
Come on. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite TMNT unreleased figure. Have a good one, folks. Thank you for watching.
And like and subscribe, guys.